So back at it, episode 45 of Creating the Ultimate Ult, and we have finally made it to the desert and we are finally on the way to completing Smoking Kills. Now, we've put off Slayer for so long because I wanted to get Slayer points whenever doing our tasks, which meant that we couldn't do Slayer until Smoking Kills was completed. Now, because of other stuff which has popped up, we've delayed it for so long, but in this episode we're going to finally conquer the desert and finish Smoking Kills. So this quest we're actually doing, I believe, Diamond in the Rough, and so we're back with Ozan, exploring the desert and trying to basically find this diamond we've lost. So we've got to go to the desert, we've got to go to these sundials, and we've got to work out what's best to get it. And again, this is kind of like the Prince Ali rescue rehash, and they've kind of extended it into like 3 quests and eventually sort of eke it into Menaphos. So this is what we're going to be doing to start the video. With this video as well, we're going to get some pretty massive unlocks. So we're going to unlock Menaphos, which I still think has some purpose to this account. Like the mining level and the fishing level will definitely like benefit from the skilling spots in Menaphos. Also, really cool cutscene where we're getting jumped by some thugs. But I'm pretty sure that me and Ozan can work our way out and conquer them anyway. But yeah, Menaphos is going to have some benefits for the account because of the mining and fishing. Especially like mining as well. Sandstone and granite are really decent profits as well as being AFK. Throw the account there, Grace of the Elves, mine away, and you'll make a decent bit of profit with the granite and sandstone as well. So that's really good. And then we'll also be completing Ichkin's Little Helper with the cat quest, which I think is linked to Desert Treasure. We'll have to do Desert Treasure at some point because that's going to be how we're going to train most of our magic. And then after that, we're going to complete Smoking Kills, which will unlock the ability to do Slayer in this account. Obviously, I could have done Slayer way before this, but I think like the Slayer points and getting the Slayer mask is going to be so important, especially with the update to the Slayer mask for the Necromancy add-on. As you see though, me and Ozan have been caught out massively and we are falling down some quicksand. Try all the options, but it doesn't work. We're going to have to conquer the Calphite Egg Cave, which is going to be brutal. And again, like, even though it's a rehash quest and I much prefer doing something a bit quicker, it's a nice little like quest series now, the starter Alchemy quests. I think it's really good, and Ozan as a hero for the game as well, it does a really good sort of job of like introducing him, getting used to him, and like he does become more of a plot in the later stages as well, especially with the Menaphos questline. So basically we've dropped the diamond, a baby cow fighter has come and taken it. So now for me to retrieve this diamond, what I need to go and do is brutally cut open all these baby cow fights to hopefully go and find the diamond, which, you know, we could have done it like normally, we could have just gone and find it, but no, the game wants us to brutally slash them open and kill off the baby cow fights. So that's what we're going to be doing, and again, like this area, even though like it's a one-time quest area, it's actually really cool. I like the colours and the lighting, and it did take us a little while to get this actually. It did take us like a good 5 minutes of just running around and spamming it. Ozan does sort of like jump around a lot and sort of say, oh, that's looking really shiny. But it really took its time. But after doing that, that is the quest hopefully completed. And then this quest also ties in with Amaskut being in sort of like the Menaphos lands and tying in with the Menaphos quests as well. We're not going to complete the whole Menaphos storyline, but we're definitely going to get it to the point where we do Jack of Spades and get into Menaphos as well. Now, I didn't think about this when doing it, but unlocking Menaphos is going to unlock the Soul Altar, which is going to be pretty big for runecrafting. Like, runecrafting is such a GP maker at the minute, especially with the Necromancy runes. Necromancy runes is where you're going to probably make most. But to have the ability to have a Soul Altar and also Protein Essence at the Soul Altar on a double XP is going to be pretty big. The highlight of all this questing note was the ability to actually fly a magic carpet by ourselves, pretty much surfboarding in the air, all the way down to Menaphos, which is good because it managed to create a pretty decent thumbnail, I think. So yeah, we're getting through these quests. They're not overly long, they're probably like 30 to 45 minutes a quest. But I've never been a quester. I've never enjoyed questing unless it's a real big lore heavy storyline quest where I can turn around and say, yeah, that made sense. I really enjoyed that story. But the desert never seemed to sort of capture me. Here is the penguins sort of sat in their Doctor Who time machine in the desert as well, which we'll get to that storyline as well, because I do think penguins could definitely be a decent daily to add in. There's so much like dailies, weeklies, monthlies I just don't do on this account because I'm lazy, which can really like benefit it, like doing the multiplier of charms, doing penguins, troll invasion, tears. There's so many things like you could do for extra XP, which I do kind of ignore, which is kind of my bad, but I like to think this account is played with a realistic time limit. Like, it's one of those accounts like where I play it within my work limit. I don't play it overly. I don't really no life it. Some weekends it might get a couple more hours out of me, but it doesn't really get like any form of massive bulk of playtime. But really cool cutscene here though. This is going to show us the city of Menaphos, which has got a huge amount of mid-level skilling, which, to be fair, Menaphos did a really good job of like filling in the mid-level gap of skilling as well. We're going to get access to Acacia trees, we're going to get access to fishing spots, sandstone, granite, Slayer Cave. Really was a good like little update for the mid-level content, and a really good cutscene as well, which they're getting better at in terms of Runescape. So, finishing the Jack of Spades quest, it turns out after all that, the person who was stealing all the objects from the different area masters was in fact Ozan. Shock. So that's him tying back into the storyline again. This is a really good unlock as well, which I didn't quite think. Shifting Tombs is a really good way to do your dungeoneering daily if you haven't done it before. It's really decent XP as well. I think like on the main account I'll get something like 300-ish K XP for doing the free challenges. So probably on this account I'll probably get something like 180k, but it's 180k free DG XP, so that's not too bad anyway. But yeah, talking through with Ozan, he's basically going to explain why he did his things. But the most important thing is we have finished Jack of Spades, which is another one down. Next, we're going to go and do Ilkarin's Little Helper, the cat quest. You know what I'm on about. So we're going to go and do the Little Helper quest, and then after that, it's basically just smoking kills, and we're all completed. And I have jumped quite a lot of these quests because I don't want like just me going and saying, oh, I've spoke to this person, I spoke to this person, I spoke to this person, to cover a full episode. I wanted to sort of break it up as best I could. But we're basically going to power through something like 4 or 5 quests this episode, and we'll definitely have a break afterwards. We'll go and do some other stuff. But I do have a list of quests we want to do afterwards. I'm thinking Shiloh, Lost City, Land of Goblins, because then what that will do is unlock the ability to do Shiloh Slayer, Xanaris Slayer, and also the ability to do binding contracts. We also had to do Gertrude's cat in the middle as well, just because we needed a cat to do the Little Helper quest, but nothing too bad there. Again, that's been rehashed, but again, it took me 5 minutes to complete, which isn't that horrific. The Little Helper quest was horrific though. I don't think I've got any clips of it in here, but that did take me the best part of 45 minutes. It was a little bit painful, but we got over it as well. And then afterwards, we did do the Smoking Kills quest, which again, probably half hour, 45 minutes. It wasn't too bad, but the benefits of having the Slayer Mask, especially with my combat stats, and especially with the ability of Necromancy coming into the Slayer Mask soon, they're going to be pretty huge. Now, another little slight benefit of questing is we're going to get a lot of treasure hunter keys because of this. Now, because the promo currently is a bit rubbish, I'm going to sit on them, wait for something better to come, and then we can definitely use the keys to get something a lot better in the long run. But because this update is going to come, I'm just going to go and bank, and then I'll log back in once the update has been released. So that is finished, and that is Ilkarin's Little Helper done. We've cracked through 4 quests today, which is really, really good. That is a Cat Speak Amulet. But most importantly, that is the last pre-quest for Smoking Kills. So we'll get Smoking Kills done today. And I was thinking of having to do Lost City and Shiloh for the Slayer Masters, but Smoking Kills does give us Simona as well. So we do have a Slayer monster, which is sort of decent, even though like her tasks are very desert based. So maybe we look at doing something else as well. But yeah, this is now time to go and do that. So we need to go to Polvanich. What I'm going to do though, to make it a little bit easier, I'm actually going to go and buy a house, move it to Polvanich, and then from there, at least we can have an easy teleport to Simona at any point as well. So I'm going to get started, we'll start a quest, and then I'll probably come with the end of the quest reward as well. So I think we might be done. Actually a really quick quest, apart from having to do the Games of the Slayer Master, that's a little bit annoying. But what we've put off for months and months and months, this could be Smoking Kills done after she just quits her beef with my cat. I've just saved his sister. There we go, Smoking Kills done. Now, the main reason we've done this is because this will now give us Slayer points. And we could have gone and done Slayer tasks and got our streaks up, but we wouldn't have got the Slayer points, which is a big point of doing Slayer. We got 57, and the best thing is that now we can start doing Slayer tasks and going off and doing little Slayer guides of all the brand new, not so much brand new tasks, more so the updated tasks as well. So that's two big things ticked off the list today. We've done Hermit and we've done Smoking Kills. Now I might have a look at Lost City or Shiloh Village. So that is the end of this video, and I think we can all agree a massive episode of progress. We've finally got the ability to now go and do Slayer and get Slayer points as well, and go and get our Slayer mask. In terms of the next couple of episodes, I think I'm going to go and do something different from questing just for a bit of variety. But we've definitely got Shiloh and Lost City in our sights, as well as Land of Goblins, for the next 3 quests we want to do, just because of the extra boost it's going to give to our account. But massive progress in this one. Hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll definitely start filtering in the Slayer tasks very, very soon, and maybe doing some Slayer task videos and guides for the lower task stuff as well. But hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.